the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here with the OP Racing Premier Series as they tackle the world center of racing right here in Daytona, Florida. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight as our races are continuing to roll on this season. Race number 13 of 22 coming your way here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be your host. My name is KR Stolfus, and I am on the edge of my seat already, because if you want to talk about what we saw last week in a beautiful strategy call by Eric Laurie, picking up that win, it just gets you pumped and ready to do another great race. This one at Daytona. Last time we were at Daytona, it was a unique experience, and all of our drivers had, well, an interesting time. Josh Milam did pick up the win. See if he can pick up his third win of the season. He's already locked himself into playoff contention. Eric Laurie with the win last weekend, or last Monday night, finds himself locked in to playoff contention as well. So points are really starting to matter, and it is getting down to crunch time. Qualifying now starting to see the cars roll out onto the track, and one of the first ones out on track, well, that is Tyler Miller in the 24. Tyler Miller has himself right now, for the moment, a position in the playoffs on points, but that is a very fluid situation that is going to be changing all throughout this remaining 4 races that we have. So Tyler Miller looking to try and put himself into the playoffs with a win here tonight, or continue his trend of creating enough points to be one of our current 4 drivers who are going to get in on points. If we get another repeat winner, we'll have 5 drivers who make it in on points. Tyler Miller, one of the first cars who hit the track, and we're going to wait for him to cross the start-finish line and see where he is going to end up in this qualifying session. As the 24 drops down below the yellow line, Tyler Miller posts the first time of a 50.29. Derek Conley moves to the top of the leaderboard with a 50.29 as well. The 71 is Sean McCara flashing across the start-finish line. And McCara into 5th. They are crossing the finish line very quickly right now. Hunter Reynolds on top of the leaderboard at a 50.29. David Booth into 4th place. '17 of Jimmy Reynolds starting to roll out. Jimmy wanting to express a get well soon to a good buddy of his, Scott Christie. So Scott, we're all cheering for you. as the 17 begins his timed lap. The 04 of Mark Mann on the speedway as well. And Mark Mann across the start finish line. And Mark Mann jumps up onto the leaderboard with an outstanding qualifying effort, a 50.24. Flat out getting after it on that one. Only car on the track right now is the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Fifteen drivers have taken a lap time. About to be 16 as the 17 makes his way across the start finish line. And Jimmy Reynolds up into second place with a 50.27. Great qualifying effort by the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Les Levy in the 62. Getting up to speed in his Chevy Camaro, and Les Levy onto the front stretch. Begins his one and only timed lap. Still have just under 5.5 minutes left in qualifying. Sean Stevens in the 27. Wow, video tours on that race car. Stevens beginning his time lap now. See where he is going to end up. Josh Milam in the 7. Picked up the win last time we were here at Daytona. We'll see how he qualifies. Les Levy posted time good enough for third at a 50.28. Now Josh Milam up into second place with a 50.25. Jim Mayer in the 95 machine. Out on the speedway as Adam Evans moves up into 8th place with a 50.30. Sean Stevens now up in the third with a 50.27. So qualifying here tonight has been interesting. It seems like the first group of cars that went out had a warm track, and then all of a sudden Mark Mann, Josh Milam, Sean Stevens, Jimmy Reynolds, and Les Levy maybe caught a cloud or something. Jim Mayer puts his time good enough for 10th on the board. Logan Helton in the 63, making his way out onto the speedway. That ought to make Tammy Helton happy to see this car coming around for qualifying. Logan Helton's goal this season is to win the regular season championship. Right now, he has fallen behind just a few points to Rick Seabrands by just a few. I'm talking just 5 points. So 63, one of the only cars out on track, begins his first time lap. Hugging that yellow line, always a threat to put that 63 on pole position. Very smooth out of the 63 is Jeff Crosby and Gabe Butler. Again, making their way around the track as well. As Logan drops down below the yellow line. Logan Helton puts it on pole with a 50.23. 33 of Jeff Crosby is on his timed lap now. So with that being said, we are going to step away for the national anthem, and we'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid for tonight's Daytona 250, as we're going to go 250 miles, the scheduled distance. We'll use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to. So with that being said, let's get right into tonight's starting lineup. On pole position with a time of 50.232, Logan Helton from Alliance Motorsports in that 63 takes the top spot. Gabe Butler in the 88 from Meteor Racing, just missing it by 1/1000th of a second. Mark Mann in the 04 and Josh Milam in the 7 make up row number 2. Row 3 will be the 27 of Sean Stevens from Buck Wild Racing and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds from Fuel Sim Racing. Row 4, the 62 of Les Levy and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 5, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the 28 of Derek Conley. Row number 6 will be Tyler Miller in the 24 and the 33 of Jeff Crosby on the outside of row 6. Row 7 will be the 25 of Adam Evans. On the outside, Jim Mayer in the 95 machine. Row number 8 will be the 77 of David Booth. And the 16th spot, Zach Workman in the 091. Row number 9 will be Sean McCara in the 71 and the 071 of Eric Laurie. Row 10, Cody Obert in the 8 and Zach Fritsch in the 12. Row 11 will be Randall Cobb and Daniel Holloway. Row 12, David Overstreet and Bob Lacavera. Row 13 going to be Dustin Barber in the 6, and on his outside, Rick Seabrands in the 4. Row number 14 will be the 1 of Chris McCullough and the 013 excuse me, of Andy Brigante. And our final row here tonight, Dan Harrington in the 82 and the 00 of Rob Connors. That is our starting lineup for tonight. Take a look at our race info as the field works its way down the backstretch. We are back at Daytona for race 13 of 22. 16 races in our regular season. Just 4 races to go, counting this one. Right now, 4 spots are available to get in on points. As 16 races, 16 playoff spots are open. We've had 8 different winners here at Daytona. We expect about a 14 to 17 lap fuel run. Kind of a big window, but these guys are all over the map on the fuel. And there is 1 fast repair available here tonight. As the pace car peels off, we get ready to go green flag for the first time tonight. Onto the loud pedal, and Logan Helton, Gabe Butler lead our 30 car field into turn number 1. Down the front stretch, everyone getting up to speed, looking like it was a nice smooth start. And Logan Helton has the advantage down on the bottom. Gabe Butler in the 88 has his nose out in front, but cannot clear the 63. Josh Milam pushing hard in that 7 machine. Mark Mann in the 04 right there as well, pushing on the 63 of Logan Helton. They make up some ground. They run through the bottom of 3 and 4 and onto the front stretch and across the start finish line for the first lap, and that is going to go to the 88 of Gabe Butler. Butler and Logan Helton both already locked into playoff contention. Now that second lane begins to fall back just a little bit. Mark Mann in the 04, not taking advantage of moving up to the high side in front of Gabe Butler. That is a move that a lot of the cars will make in that second position on the inside lane. They like to jump up coming out of the corner to the high side, but Mark Mann stays committed to the back bumper of the 63. Last time around, everybody set their fastest lap. Cars are starting to get up to full speed, start laying down their best lap times. This next time around, we're probably going to see a handful of drivers setting that fast lap for themselves. Right now, fastest lap going to David Overstreet with a 46.53, but as the field crosses the start finish line, that could change very quickly. And about half the field did just set their fastest lap. Dan Harrington now has the fastest lap of the race at a 46.37. See if that is going to stay with the way our racing is going to be. So Gabe Butler in the 88, after clearing the 63, dropped down to the inside. But Butler now your race leader with Josh Milam in the 7 in the second row. We do have 2 packs at the moment. Bob Lacavera leading this second pack at the tail of the field, but they are not necessarily outside the range of the draft just yet. Rob Connors in the 00, setting the fastest lap of the race at a 46.18. A little bit different this time as everybody set their fastest lap once again. They came around to start lap 5. It seems like instead of settling in, somebody decided to push that pedal to 11, and now the rest of the pack following suit. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 had an outstanding qualifying effort. Now finds himself second in the race. He is in that second line, just to the outside of Josh Milam. The Fuel Sim Racing now in control of this race, as they have 2 cars on the front rows of each respective lane. Gabe Butler in the 88 going to peel off for pit road. Adam Evans also peeling off for pit lane, and Dan Harrington onto pit road. So 3 drivers pitting early here to try and set themselves up for the rest of the stage. Stage 1 ending at the completion of lap 25. So Reynolds and Jimmy Reynolds and Hunter Reynolds now have this field all behind them, and another group of cars peeling off for pit road. That is Sean McCarra, Peter DeBorgia, Jeff Crosby, Tyler Miller, Rick Severin, Zach Fritsch, and Bob Lacavera onto pit road this time. I want to give a shout out to Maxine and Mara Clark. Thank you very much for joining me and stopping by and saying hello. And Chris T. Roots for the 7. Josh Milam. Down the backstretch as we work lap 8 of 100. Green flag pit stops have started. These are some drivers who are trying to pit early to do the undercut. 17, the 7, and the 26 with the 28. All Fuel Sim Racing right there running in the top 4 as another big group of drivers peel off for pit road. That's going to leave 8 cars who have not pitted yet. So as Reynolds in the 17 and Josh Milam in the 7, this group getting single file. When will they come down pit road? Well, how about right now? So they hit pit lane. Everyone fans out, and the 17 of Reynolds locks up the front brakes. Gets it slowed down. Still looked a little fast. We'll see if he's going to get a speeding penalty for that. 95 of James Mayer has the lead of drivers who have pitted. The Mayer with a great pit stop on and off pit road very, very quickly. Taking over the top spot is Jimmy Reynolds, and the rest of the crew from FSR make their way onto the track, and it looks like everyone going to blend in very nicely here. We ride on board with the 95 of Mayer as he tries to catch Reynolds, Milam, and Derek Conley just ahead of him. So our first round of pit stops are done and over with, and the 95, Jim Mayer, locking himself into a bonus point for leading a lap. Mayer already locked into the playoffs by picking up a win very early in this season. In fact, so early, he picked up the first win of this season here at Daytona. He has been not necessarily on cruise control, but he's been pretty stress-free, just working at getting some other good finishes and going after things, helping get his teammates into the playoffs as well. Won the race last time we were at Legacy Daytona, so Jim Mayer, 2 wins to his credit. The 17 of Jimmy Reynolds out in front, about 3/4 of a car length. The 95 going to get a good shot from the 21 down the backstretch, but Josh Milam pushing hard on the 17 as well. So the field is spread out just a little bit, and check in on 2 cars that have lost the pack. That is the 82 of Dan Harrington and the 013 of Andy Brigante. They have fallen behind as the fastest lap of the race, being turned by Rob Connors just then at a 46.12. So these two are 28th and 29th, and then all by him lonesome. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Not sure what happened to the 12 that has put him so far behind, but Zach has lost the pack and he is all by himself, and he is in danger of going a lap down very early here as the field makes its way off of turn number 4, and Fritsch in the tri-oval. He is now just a sitting duck, and I think this pack is going to swallow him up before we get to the end of this stage. Three wide racing. Logan Helton in the 63, leading the charge in the 3rd lane. He has the 8 of Cody Ober on his back bumper. Chris McCullough, Tyler Miller, and now Zach Workman thinking about going up into that 3rd lane. David Overstreet, fastest lap of the race at a 45.92. He's the only driver to break into that 45-second bracket. Heck of a lap time by the 46. Zach Fritsch pulls down to the inside, gets out of the way. Smart move as they were 3 wide. That would not have worked through the corner to go 4 wide with a lap car that much slower. So good heads-up driving by the 12 of Zach Fritsch. As Logan Helton in the 63 slides down in front of Jim Mayer in the 95. Working a lap 15 of 100. 3rd lane fizzling out just a little bit. Cody Ober and Chris McCullough, only 2 cars in that 3rd lane now. Jeff Crosby up there, but not able to get to the back bumper of these guys. He's trying to make something happen. Crosby going to blend in front of the 77 of David Booth. Go on board with Booth in the 77. Go sit on a cactus on the hood of that race car. Cody Ober and Chris McCullough still trying to work that 3rd lane. They're not giving up the fight as Logan Helton in the 63 slides down in front of the 17. Daniel Holloway in the 21. One of those drivers who's getting close on points. Let's take a quick look at our points coming into tonight's race. We work lap 17 of 100. You can see our winners there. Helton, Mayer, and Milam each have 2 wins. Hunter Reynolds leads the points of everybody who's not picked up a win yet, with 4 races to go, including this one. Nobody is safe just yet. Tyler Miller just below the cutoff line. Jeff Crosby and David Overstreet below that cutoff line as well. It is getting down to crunch time for this regular season and to lock yourself into playoff contention. So Zach Fritsch, the only car not on the lead lap. Next 2 cars in danger of going a lap down. That is Andy Brigante and Bob Lacavera. Throw in Dan Harrington as well. Lacavera has fallen off from that group and finds himself running all alone. That is bad news for the 12 of Zach Fritsch, because Lacavera is going to be swallowed up very quickly here. With three wide racing, as I try and put my tongue back in my mouth. The 24, Tyler Miller, and the 8 of Cody Ober. Tyler Miller going to take over the race lead for the moment. Slides down in front of the 95. Ober and McCullough. Bob Lacavera just pulls down out of the way. He is now the first car 1 lap down. Alan Fritsch reporting in saying that Zach screwed over, and I can only guess he missed his pit box, had to drive through. So a tough break for the 12. A lot of racing still to go. Gonna have a shot to dig himself out of this hole, but it just got a little bit harder as the 5 of Lacavera has gone a lap down as well. Good news for Zach Fritsch is he's already picked up a race win and locked himself into playoff contention. As we got trouble on the front stretch, the 24, Tyler Miller, has gone around Daniel Holloway hard into the wall. Yellow flag going to come out. Let's take a look at this one as the 8 of Cody Ober looked like he was out of control and off the throttle. Not sure what happened to Cody Ober there. Contact with the 95. Jimmy Reynolds is going to get ghosted through twice, so a very lucky 17. But a very unlucky 21 of Daniel Holloway, who needed to have a good run here tonight. On board with Holloway as he pulls down to the inside. Nowhere to go. Heavy contact with that inside wall. And that is a for sure burning of a fast repair on the 21. So caution flag coming out. I believe that this is going to be the end of the stage. I will wait for race control to confirm it. All right, so tonight's honorary crack, if you will. I'm going to give it to stage one because that was an exciting stage one. All of the drivers put in a great show for that opening stage. So this is for all our drivers out there. Logan Helton leads the field on the pit road. Several cars making pit stops here, but over half the field not hitting pit lane. More tires for the 63 of Logan Helton. A lot of cars on pit road for an extended stay. A lot of 4-tire stops on this one as well. Bob Lacavera in the 5. Gets the free pass. He will be back on the lead lap, giving us just one car, one lap down. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Staying out here. So unique call by the 17 and the 26 to not come down pit road. They were last on pit lane on lap 9. Top 11 cars did stay out. Never did get confirmation from race control, and with some of these guys staying out, it made me start questioning whether or not it would be the end of the stage. But we're coming to the completion of lap 25, and we will be under yellow, or we'll be taking the green. I'm not sure what the plan is. I'm really thrown for a loop. The top 11 cars did not come down pit road. And race control does confirm that the 63 did win stage 1. So if we get another caution, we will try and get Logan in here for an interview, but we get ready to go back to green. I'm going to leave him alone for the moment. If nobody go anywhere. We'll try and get that interview with him here in a little bit. I am still at a bit of a loss. Maybe the 17 and 26 as the caution lights come back on. With caution lights coming back on, let's take a moment and talk to our stage 1 winner. Logan Helton, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, race control has said that you are our stage 1 winner, and a little bit of confusion there, so wanted to get you up here real quick and get your thoughts and feelings on that.
Well, I kind of just called a quick decision to come down pit road because I saw we weren't going to make the stage in time, but either way, we got the stage win. I felt like the race was pretty good. I had to change lanes a couple of times just due to the internet connection with some other drivers, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say. There's a huge wreck behind us, and I got the win. Yay!
All right, Logan. Well, congratulations on that, man. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Well, first of all, thanks to Turn 3 Racing Network for broadcasting this race and UKR for calling it. Thanks to OP, everything they do to make the racing fun and just letting us have a lot of fun on Monday nights. Thanks to Alliance Motorsports and all my team members, my friends and family for watching. Nexus Esports and Splash and Go Graphics for this awesome paint scheme.
All right, that is Logan Helton, your Stage 1 winner from Alliance Motorsports. Great job, Logan the Kid Helton. Now, quick word from Race Control. Cody, what can you tell us?
The little confusion was from the caution coming out on lap 21, and usually it's the 3-lap turnaround, but they caught the pace car a little bit too late. So initially I called not end of stage because it would have been a 1-lap shootout. But since they caught the pace car later, we would actually take green at the end of lap 25, which is the normal end of stage. So I extended it 1 lap just to give everybody that stayed out to get that stage position a chance to pit. So that was technically end of stage 1, and that was the only reason why it was a little screwy. It was where they caught the pace car.
All right, Cody, well, thank you very much. And that does clear a lot of things up because I was questioning why 11 cars decided to stay out.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Our race control and our pit reporter, Cody Eldred, stopping in every now and then to give me updates on things and sends me little notes every now and then as well as to who got in trouble or who's done what. So big shout out and thank you, as always, to Cody Eldred, who enjoys race control. Peter DeBorgia in the 40, out in front for the first time here tonight. So since we just got a stage win, and I didn't get to it in time, this is no longer going to be accurate information. So, and by accurate information, Logan Helton now has 3 stage wins to his credit. Josh Milan, Derek Conley, Mark Mann, and Tyler Miller all having stage wins as well. This entire group having stage wins. So, there you go. So just add one more to Logan Helton. It'll make it all right. Randall Cobb in the 52, taking over in the race lead. You know what's coming up, folks. The Bucks have gone wild here tonight as the 52 breaks out into the race lead for the first time. Logan Helton in the 63, going to try and take that lead away down the backstretch. He clears him, drops down to the inside. But the Bucks went wild for a moment as the 52 had the race lead. Now Chris McCullough, Cody Ober in the 1 and the 8 trying to work that outside lane as the yellow flag is going to come out. Trouble for the 62 of Les Levy. As Les Levy is gone for a spin. See if we can back this up and figure out what happened to the driver of the 62. Had a checkup, tried to gather it in, and spins down below the racing line. The yellow coming out. As the 1 of Chris McCullough is going to let the pace car catch up to him. Okay. On the pit road comes the one. And into his pit stall a little bit sideways. And we'll put Zach Fritsch back on the lead lap. Logan Helton winning the race off of pit road, fuel only for the 63. A lot of fuel only stops, 2 tires. Chris McCullough, Cody Ober taking 4 tires. The caution flag out. With that being said, I'm going to take a moment here. And once again, thank everybody who joins us here on Monday night as this OP Racing Premier Series comes at you for a 22 race season, as the 63 is going to peel off for pit road, try and top off his tank. And I think he has plans of trying to make it to the end of stage 2 without hitting pit road. It is going to be very close. Peter DeBorgia going to take over the race lead, and the 82 of Dan Harrington finds himself as our leader right now. All right, so stage 2 going in at the completion of lap 50. Well, I have 17 laps for the end of the stage. Do want to point out that under this yellow, I apologize for my quietness, not only under yellow, but up until throughout this whole race as the green flag comes out. But I did a Windows update, and apparently it has messed with my microphone settings, so I did not realize that. So I'm trying to get that ironed back out, so multitasking, not only as a broadcaster, a fan of the racing action, and also doing my own troubleshooting. As Peter DeBorgia in the 40 slides to the second lane. Eric Laurie, last week's race winner, finding himself out in fresh air down on that yellow line. Peter DeBorgia and Tyler Miller running 1 and 2 right now in that second lane. David Booth in the 77, looking for his first win along with Peter DeBorgia. We'll take a quick look at drivers who have earned the most points here in the last 5 races. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 has gained 228 points in the last 5 races. Chris McCullough, 224. Jim Mayer, Logan Helton, and Josh Milam. So Reynolds and McCullough, who have not locked themselves into playoff contention, have started really gaining some points here lately. And until you get that win, you've got to gain as many points as you possibly can. Oh, as the 88 of Gabe Butler gets turned, caution flag going to come out, and Eric Laurie going up and over in a big way. Yellow flag is out. Big crash for Eric Laurie in the 071. Let's take a look and see what happened. Harrington, Milam all get together, and Eric Laurie would have gone out of the park if that fence wasn't there to keep him in. Thank goodness this is just cartoon racing, because that was a big one. Let's take a look at this on board the 071. Eric Laurie just minding his own business, and then it goes all wrong. Dan Harrington in the 82. Josh Milam, Gabe Butler. Looked like some net code getting involved in that one. Andy Brigante in trouble as well. So trouble happening up ahead. Everyone trying to squeeze through. Brigante's down on the grass and just starts getting sideways and can't quite gather it straight. Keeps it from spinning though. Good save by Brigante. So half the field onto pit road. Peter DeBorgia staying out. Under our third caution of the night. First caution coming for the stage. And then we have had 2 cautions here in stage 2. First one for the 62 of Les Levy, who tried to dive down to the inside as a major checkup happened in front of him. And now we're under caution for a big crash towards the front of the pack that involved Gabe Butler, Josh Milam, Eric Laurie, a couple other cars making contact as well. Peter DeBorgia last on pit road on lap 31. He is trying to stretch his fuel. We saw Logan Helton come down pit road, top off his tank. Logan Helton right now finds himself in 13th spot. Daniel Holloway, Josh Milam, Andy Brigante, Sean Stevens Les Levy, Eric Laurie, and Dan Harrington all back onto pit lane. So as the field is stacked up side by side once again, Peter DeBorgia and Tyler Miller going to lead the field to this green flag. Sean McCara in the 71 and Rob Connors in the 8 on row number 2. And David Overstreet and Derek Conley for row 3. For this restart. Pace car down and away. Green flag flies once again. And the extra life 40 machine on the throttle and gets a good jump over Tyler Miller. All 30 cars are on the lead lap once again. All 30 cars still in this race. Dan Harrington in the 82 has fallen off the pack here. And it looks like some trouble for the 82. That car is very slow. He is pulling onto pit road. Looks like maybe his left front is locked up. Not a good sign. So not sure what happened to the 82 on that restart. Tyler Miller in the 24, trying to take away the race lead. Can't quite clear the 40. Rob Connors in the 8, pushing hard on the 24, Tyler Miller. As this looks like an extended stay on pit road for the 82. We'll see if he can get back out there. Fastest lap of the race, still going to the 46 of David Overstreet. Still the only driver who turned a lap time in the 45-second bracket, that 45.92, a very quick lap time. As Dan Harrington is down and away and is going to rejoin the field. He is now several laps down. We are 3 wide once again. The 33 of Jeff Crosby leading in that third lane. The 12 of Zach Fritsch right there, right behind him. And then Logan the Kid Helton and Chris McCullough using that third lane again. The 63 and the 1 hooking up earlier in this race testing the waters of that third lane and have used it quite successfully. Randall Cobb in the 52 down below the yellow line, off the throttle. He is dropping back. So the 40 and the 33 side by side through 3 and 4. Zach Fritsch and Logan Helton, along with Chris McCullough, still in that third lane. A lot of wiggling out there as the drivers try and stay tucked in, nice and tight to each other. Daytona has just enough room for 3 wide racing. They are using all of that as they are snaking Tyler Miller into the wall in the 24. And this is a big stack up. Has caught quite a few drivers out on that one. And Tyler Miller going straight to the pits, as he has got a lot of damage on that race car. Sean McCarra getting a big chunk of damage as well. I was just talking about how they were wiggling, trying to be 3 wide and stay tucked into the car directly ahead of them. Crosby, Helton, all getting big time damage from this. David Overstreet able to clear it, but did pick up some damage from it. So a lot of torn up race cars here in stage 2. This has been a brawl of a stage. All right, so I don't think we're going to have another extended caution. I think we're going to see a 1-lap shootout for the stage. Dan Harrington going to get one of his laps back. So he is now 1 lap down. So a rough stage 2. After giving the beer crack for stage 1, I mean the flavored water crack for stage 1. Tyler Miller and Josh Milam could be done for this race, as they've been sitting on pit road for a while. Their fast repair already being used in our early issues. Jeff Crosby in the 33 had to use his fast repair, but he is back out on track. Everyone's starting to line up as the lights are out on the pace car. Peter DeBorgia in the 40, electing the outside lane for this restart. David Overstreet in the 46, who did get just a little bit of damage, but was able to get through that last caution here. Josh Milam in the 7, rejoining the race. Milam already burning his fast repair earlier. Now going to try get some laps in without a nose piece. That car heavily torn up. We'll see how long he can last, what kind of speeds he's going to be able to achieve. That car heavily wounded. And Tyler Miller has gone behind the wall. Looks like his night is done. So an early exit with the 24 of Tyler Miller. As the pace car pulls off, Peter DeBorgia and David Overstreet lead this field to the restart. It is now a 2-lap shootout to the end of stage number 2. 2 more times around. Peter DeBorgia looking for a stage win. David Overstreet trying to get as many points as he can as well. Hoping for a good finish here in stage 2 at 46. Trying to hustle down on the yellow line, but falling back a little bit. Zach Fritsch, Chris McCullough trying to get out of the way of a checkup at 46. Looks like it is just very slow, not able to get going. Had some damage on the front of that thing, and it appears to be what is holding it up. But now that the 95 and the 40 slide down in front of him, he's able to get that little bit of extra speed. As Peter DeBorgia looking for this stage win, going to see a one more time around. 3 wide racing. Randall Cobb in the 52. Cody Ober in the 8. Testing that third lane again. The Borgia has no challenge to the outside for the moment. Adam Evans in the 25 trying to close in. So the 40, with nobody to his outside, does the 95 stay to his back bumper? Or is he going to pop out here and try and make a run? There he goes. Jim Mayer in the 95, trying to make a run for the stage 2. Peter DeBorgia going to have momentum on his side, and Peter picks up stage 2. Jim Mayer in the 95 made his move, but just did not have enough help to his back bumper very quick to make it stick. And so the 40 is going to win the stage. Jim Mayer second. Looks like David Overstreet going to finish third here in stage number 2. Overstreet struggled on that restart, but as soon as he got a car in front of him and got the air off the nose of that car, really started to come to life. The damage he received in that last caution really did play a factor in that. So Peter DeBorgia stretched his fuel. Now he has to hit pit road under his own power to seal the deal. Now, I think the 40 is going to be able to make it on the pit road. Could be sputtering, but he is going to make it on the pit lane. So as our field hits pit road, down and away, and everyone's scrambling off of pit lane. Let's pull up our stage 2 winner. That is the driver of the 40 machine, Peter DeBorgia. How you doing, buddy?
I'm feeling really lucky, man. How about yourself?
Not too bad. It seems like you just picked up your first stage win of the season in that 40 machine. A little bit of luck coming your way to get it done, but man, nice job. You stretched your fuel on that stage.
Yeah, it was, I mean, there were some weird things going on there with the fuel mileage and the way the cautions were falling. We weren't sure where the stage was going to end for the last stage, and put us in a different spot track position wise than we were expecting, and it worked out for us.
Well, man, we had a rough stage 2, but that 40 was able to get through all of it. What's it like out there on the track?
But we don't get a whole lot of night races in Mondays, so I'm personally loving it. First, I get to show off the nice new scheme, but then also I get to, the car drives a whole lot better. The track temp is in like the 60s or 70s tonight. Like, that's so much better than we're used to doing. So I'll take that for sure.
All right, man. Well, the lights are out on the pace car, so we'll wrap this up. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, just the typical Meteor guys in there. We got Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Adam Evans, Dan Harrington tonight. Harrington was up front with me for a while and then had some weird damage glitch happen, but he's just lucky dogging his way back into this thing. And Adam's always just, helpful pusher and spotter there near the end. And Gabe and Eric are locked in and just being awesome teammates all around. So we're just going to try and get another Meteor car in there, whether it's me, Adam, or Dan, or someone else if Workman comes back again. But we'll do what we can here.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage win. Nice job so far. Good luck here in the final stage.
Thank you, KR.
That is Peter DeBorgia, your stage 2 winner. Picked up his first stage, so how about that? Could he pick up his first win of the season and lock himself into the playoffs? Meteor Racing already having 2 drivers locked in. Eric Laurie picked up the win last week. Gabe Butler picking up a win much earlier in the season. The lights are out on the pace car. They work their way onto the front stretch. We're going to go green of flag racing once again. Down and away goes the pace car. Peter DeBorgia and Jim Mayer on the throttle as we get back after it. Jeff Crosby in the 33 pushing hard on the 40, but Logan, the kid Helton, working on his teammate on that back bumper. They're going to pull away from the rest of the field, but not going to pull away so much that they break the draft, as the 5 of Bob Lacavera and the 04 Mark Mann are closing in on the back bumper. Tyler Miller out of this race. Josh Milam sitting on pit road repairing the damage that he has sustained. 28 cars on track. All 28 cars are on the lead lap. Dan Harrington using all those free passes to get back on the lead lap after having that fast repair glitch, which is why that left front brake was locked up. Andy Brigante in the 013 so far has gained the most positions in this race, up 22 spots from where he qualified, finding himself fourth car in this outside lane. Now make it third car as the 95 of Jim Mayer has dropped down in front of the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. So Mayer in the 95, 2 wins to his credit so far this season. Shout out to Christy Cobb in YouTube chat cheering for Randall Cobb in the 52. Right now, Randall Cobb finds himself in the thick of things, deep in this pack. That 52 machine has put together a great season. Still looking for his first win as we go on board the Spuck Wild Racing machine. Cobb's still looking for that first win, but has had stellar finishes week in and week out, and could be one of the 4 drivers that points his way in if he does not get a win. But I'll tell you what, that 52 is almost always there at the end of a race. It is only a matter of time before he picks up that win. As the 63 of Logan the Kid Helton taking over the top spot once again. Logan Helton, one of our drivers here in this crew, that is a Road to Pro driver. I've talked about it a little bit. He runs that Road to Pro series and has not yet got his way into the pros, but each time he runs it, he gets a little bit better and a little bit better. And the talent shows through week after week here on Monday nights, because if that 63 is running, well, it's running up front. As he comes around, leads another lap. Peter DeBorgia going to try and manhandle that lead away from him as Adam Evans in the 25 is pushing on his back bumper. Zach Workman in the 091 and Sean McCara in the 71 trying to use that third lane. So with all of our stage finishes out of the way, Logan Helton and Peter DeBorgia picking up stage 1 and 2 respectively. They are running 1 and 2 right now. Zach Workman blends in 3 wide racing. Well, just as soon as I was going to say that 3 wide was done and over with, we have Derek Conley in the 28 jumping out by himself, getting shuffled out here. He's going to fall back just a little bit as nobody has gone to that third lane with him. So coming around the complete lap 61 of 100. Keep in mind, we will use 2 green-white checkers if we need to. Couple pit stops to work through before we get through the end of this thing. Zach Workman now up in the third lane with Sean McCara and Derek Conley. Peter DeBorgia and Adam Evans in the middle there. Evans almost getting into the 71. So a lot of three wide action here at Daytona tonight. Has been a night full of these drivers using that third lane. In fact, it has been used more this season throughout the entire race than I have seen these guys use it. Oh, is trouble at the front. Peter DeBorgia going to give a shunt to the 091 of Zachary Workman. We stayed green. Now Jim Mayer and Adam Evans get into it, and Mayer is out of shape and in trouble coming off of turn 4. Jeff Crosby involved. Hunter Reynolds taking evasive action. And the yellow flag is going to come out once again. Take a look at this one off the nose of the 33. As he was trying to squeeze by the 95, had a big checkup. Let's see if we can figure out Andy Brigante, Zach Workman get into the 33. Try and back this up just a little bit more. As Jim Mayer and Adam Evans trying to stay off of each other. That all started going down the backstretch. The 95 fighting tooth and nail to hold on to that thing, just can't get it underneath him. So pit stops underway. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Racing. You wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as I apologize for the late return and for the microphone issues. Yeah, got things to work on here. Tried to reset the microphone and whatever I did really upset it. So here we go once again. Logan Helton in the 63 out in up front. Hopefully, well, this race is getting exciting and my microphone is keeping me on my toes. So hopefully everything's ironed out. We'll see if not. Things to catch up on: the 33 of Jeff Crosby, having burned his fast repair earlier in the race, still sits on pit road working on the extensive damage that Always Bet on Black machine has received. Derek Conley in the 28 challenging for the race lead. Conley has Sean McCara in the 71 on his back bumper. David Overstreet in the 46. Going for solid finish here tonight. One of the drivers who is on the outside looking in. So he's trying to gather in as many points as he possibly can. So the 28 of Derek Conley slides down in front of the 63. Taking over the race lead for the first time here tonight, solidly taking it over. John McCara in the 71, leading in that second lane with the 40 of Peter DeBorgia on his back bumper. We're on lap 72 of 100. So I think I know who most of you are going to cheer for. And so let me know, 1, who your favorite driver is, and 2, is your favorite driver going to win this race? as Logan Helton jumps up to the second lane. The 77 of David Booth going to join him, and they are going to try and get by the 28 of Derek Conley. John McCarra closing into the back bumper of the 77 as well. 27 cars out on track. All 27 cars on track are on the lead lap. Andy Brigante in the 013 has lost the draft. He has fallen back very quickly. Last lap for him, a 51.32. Last time around for Derek Conley, a 46.93. So in about 6 to 7 laps, he is going to find himself in danger of going a lap down if he cannot get a break by having a caution come out. Conley in the 28, still looking for his first win of the season. Conley can pick up a win. He will lock himself into playoff contention. Logan Helton in the 63 does slide down to that yellow line. On board with the 46 of David Overstreet. Top three in a line here, right on the yellow line. Zach Fritsch in the 12, gone a lap down in stage one. Now finds himself leading the second lane, trying to go for a win as we're inside of 25 laps to go. Everyone came down pit road under that last caution on lap 64. We work lap 76 here. Conley and Fritsch starting to build some momentum down the straightaway. Logan Helton in the 63 down on the bottom with the 46 of David Overstreet pushing on his back bumper. The 4 of Rick Sebrands, who has been riding around in the back, has made his way to the top 5. So Sebrands into the top 5 for the first time tonight. By doing that, he now has the honor of gaining the most positions in this race for the moment, up 20 spots from where he qualified. One more pit stop to go to make it to the end of this race. And our fuel window is going to open up in about 6 laps here. As we have seen time and time again, some of the first ones to hit pit lane will take over the race lead, but a lot of factors get played into that. Does everyone pit with you, or not everyone, but do you have a big enough group that pits with you? Does everyone have a good clean pit stop? Can you all work together to get on and off pit road at the same time, and then translate that into getting up to speed as fast as possible? check in on some of the drivers at the back of the field. Eric Laurie in the 071, last week's race winner, and a driver who went airborne here earlier tonight, had to burn his fast repair. Right now he finds himself in 23rd. Gabe Butler in the 88, right behind him in 24th. Zach Workman in the 091, sitting in 25th, and Cody Ober on his back bumper in 26th. Workman in that 091 got some damage on the front of that car, and he is doing his best to keep pace with Gabe Butler, but he is falling back quickly, and Cody Ober is going to have to make a decision here as to whether to stay with him as that field is pulling away. Cody Ober doing all he can to push on that 091. Workman got called up into the big leagues here on Monday night, just a handful of races ago. Not eligible for playoff contention, but still putting in a good showing, and I think he has shown his skill quite well. Logan Helton in the 63 completes the pass on the 28 of Derek Conley, and the lead has changed hands once again with 20 laps to go. Andy Brigante getting ready to go a lap down here. He will be the only car not on the lead lap out on this track. Jeff Crosby in the 33 has rejoined the race. He is several laps down, but has gotten back out there. So Crosby trying to get a good finish. I shouldn't say a good finish, but maybe trying to salvage as many points as he can. With all the troubles that we had in stage 2, a lot of fast repairs have been used, so another big crash could see a lot of cars pull off for the night. So Crosby has a chance at gaining a few more spots. Right now he is scored in 28th spot as the field blows by him as he dropped down to the inside through the tri-oval. Good heads up move by the 33. Only 2 cars out of the race officially, Josh Milam and Tyler Miller. Field getting single file as we're going to see the first group of green flag pit stops, and it is going to be a lot of cars on the pit road. Logan Helton leading the charge on the pit lane. Zach Fritsch in the 12 stays out. Sean McCara, Chris McCullough, Rob Connors, Sean Stevens, Hunter Reynolds, Dan Harrington, and Cody Ober all staying out this time. Everyone else on the pit road. Two tire stops and fuel for a majority of this field. In fact, everybody taking 2 tires and fuel for those who were just on pit road. Logan Helton winning that race off of pit lane. Here come the rest of our drivers, hard on the brakes to get it slowed down to hit pit road. So Zach Fritsch in the 12, down to pit road speed limit. Logan Helton in the 63 is pulled away from the rest of the field. With a very short time on pit road and in his pit stall. Logan Helton able to get the most out of his time on pit lane. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, catching up to his back bumper. Going to give him a shot as the 40 of Peter DeBorgia right there as well. Our 8 drivers who hit pit lane. Most of them are going to be easy pickings for the 63 of Logan Helton. We have 16 laps to go. Helton, just 2 more cars to pass. Chris McCullough, Zach Fritsch. He will assume the race lead as he has a whole lot of momentum on his side. The 12 and the 1 almost holding him off, but not quite. Logan, the kid Helton in the 63, takes over the race lead, slides down to the inside with the 4 Rick Seabrands as well. The top 5 get single file. They have a little bit of a break between them and the 28 of Derek Conley, but Conley is moving with a lot of steam as they're going to split that top 5. 2 cars go into the second lane. A new fast lap of the race being turned by the 8 of Cody Ober, a 45.91. So business is picking up out here. Everyone's starting to try and put themselves in positions to win this race. As trouble on the front stretch, several cars involved. Yellow flag coming out. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 up in big smoke. Let's see if we can back this up and figure out what happened to the 26. Try and get this right one more time. Coming out of the tri-oval, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds going up and over. Heavy damage on that race car. Zach Fritsch just getting in trouble through the tri-oval, gets into Derek Conley. That is what is going to collect everyone else. Mark Mann getting involved in this as well. The yellow flag coming out. Once again, everyone maybe going to come down pit road. Shouldn't say everyone, but might see a few takers on the pit lane. 13 cars staying out. As we're going to have 11 laps to go this time around. Nathan Grounds not going to be too happy to hear that the 33 of Jeff Crosby has been involved in multiple incidents here tonight and is running all the way down in 28th spot, several laps down. He is still out there, still chugging along, but heavily damaged race car. Going to be difficult for this 33 machine to score much better than 28th place. With this yellow coming out, we're going to take another break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Green flag is back out in the 63 of Logan Helton, surging to the race lead as his teammate Rick Seabrand's in the 4 in the second lane. Nine laps to go in this race. Logan Helton looking for his 4th win of the season, but the yellow flag coming back out just as fast as it turned green. Not sure what the yellow flag was for, but Daniel Holloway in the 21 is going to have a good look at it for us. Or not. Not 100% sure what that yellow was for. See if we can take another look at who was in trouble there. That is the 46 of David Overstreet. All right, here we go. The 46 of Overstreet in the second lane. He and Sean Stevens are going to make contact down the backstretch, and the 46 is going to get turned. What appears to be a single car incident. No contact for the 46. Is able to continue on. The yellow flag flying on the speedway. Logan Helton going for his 4th win. Would be his 3rd win that is not encumbered. Chris McCullough in the 1 going for his 1st win of the season. So the field brought down slowly once again, and not a lot of takers for pit road. Everyone should have enough fuel to the end of this one. Gabe Butler trying to fake some people out, but nobody's buying that. Lights are out. We're going to get the green flag with 5 laps to go. Logan Helton and Rick Seabrands, first 2 cars on the inside line. Then it's Chris McCullough and Sean McCara. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 has gone behind the wall. That will give Jeff Crosby the opportunity to pass Hunter Reynolds, but that one's going to be very close on how all that works out, because we got 5 laps left and Crosby is 5 laps behind Hunter Reynolds. Every point matters right now, and that is why Crosby in the 33, despite being a slow and damaged race car, continues to roll around. Pace car down and away. Green flag is out, and we have 5 laps to go. Logan Helton in the 63 with Rick Seabrands on the 4. We're in the 4, going to give him a good shove. Chris McCullough in the 1 has no help on his back bumper. Sean McCarron not able to get there just yet, and that inside line surging ahead. McCullough now going to slide down, and that puts our first 5 cars single file down on the yellow line. Now Peter DeBorgia slides up with McCullough. DeBorgia winning a stage here, trying to go for the race win. Logan Helton and Rick Seabrands already locked into playoff contention, but 2 very fierce competitors and very skilled drivers here on Superspeedways. What do they have in store? And can Peter DeBorgia pick up a win? 4 more laps to go. Zach Fritsch pulling onto pit road. Working their way through 3 and 4. Sean McCarra in the 71 trying to use the third lane once again. Not a lot of help in that third lane for him just yet, and he is falling back because of it. 3 more times around. The 63 and the 4 working very closely together. Those two hooked up from Alliance Motorsport is going to be very hard for anyone else to get around them. Nicola and DeBorgia, first 2 cars in the second line. In trouble on the 3 and 4, Zach Workman and Sean McCarra get together, and the yellow flag is going to come out, and we go into our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Connors in the 8 slides up into the 91, and McCarra with nowhere to go, minding his own business, gets clobbered into the wall as well. Connors just getting down on the apron there. Tries to catch it. Unfortunately, Workman was to his outside. One last look at this one here is 2 cars go spinning. Holloway able to squeeze through that one very carefully. So our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Many of these drivers last on pit road on lap 83. They're going to have to stretch their fuel tanks. Crosby in the 33 does complete the pass on Hunter Reynolds. So now with this green-white checkered attempt, that gives the 33 some extra laps and seals the deal for him to pass, I believe, the only car he is going to get by here for the rest of the race. So Crosby in 27th, Hunter Reynolds in 28th. Zach Fritsch, after pulling on pit road, is still sitting on pit lane. The damage on the 12, enough here maybe to knock him out for the rest of the race. John McCarra and Zach Workman have hit pit road. McCarra is still on pit lane. Workman is now pulling off of pit lane. Gabe Butler in the 88 Eric Laurie in the 071. Dan Harrington. Some of these drivers here, there's the 3 drivers who I think have hit pit road recently. Rest of this field trying to stretch their fuel. Should have enough in the tank for 1 green-white checkered attempt. Not sure if they're going to have enough in the tank for 2 attempts, but we'll see how this race plays out. Lights are out on the pace car. Logan Helton and Rick Sebrands on the front row for this restart. It's Peter DeBorgia and David Booth for row number 2. Row 3, Chris McCullough and Dustin Barber in the 6. The outside of row number 3. Pace car down and away. Green flag is out as we are in our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Helton and Sebrands get away evenly. Rest of the field nailing this restart as well. Gabe Butler in the 88 jumping up to the 3rd lane very early here, trying to gain as much momentum as he can. Cody Ober's going to go with him, and Adam Evans in the 25 there as well. Field just has to take the white flag to seal the deal, and Peter DeBorgia in the 40 has an opportunity here to get to the outside, as Chris McCullough is going to take that move. And they are coming to the white flag. Final time around. Here we go. Logan Helton jumps up in front of McCullough, throwing a block on him. Now McCullough slides down to the inside. Logan Helton stays in the 2nd lane to work with his teammate. Chris McCullough in the 1 has momentum through 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch we go. Here comes Gabe Butler. Trouble down the backstretch. Rick Sebrands involved, several cars getting involved in that one. As McCullough has 3 cars running 3 wide behind him. Chris McCullough trying to hold on. Here's the 40 of Peter DeBorgia as Logan Helton falls back big time. Can DeBorgia make a move here? He's going to slide down to the inside. More trouble as Adam Evans and David Overstreet get involved. But Chris McCullough in the 1 is going to pick up the win. A lot of cars getting into trouble on that one. And Chris McCullough picks up his first win of the season. Take a look at what happened coming down the backstretch. Sebrands in the 4 and Logan Helton looked like a pusher pushing the pusher as everyone trying to get to the end of this one. And then coming to the checkered, Adam Evans going to get in trouble here. He and David Overstreet get together. Les Levy gets involved. And Les Levy almost spinning across the start-finish line. but the one of Chris McCullough, your race winners, he celebrates by tearing up the grass. From ARC Racing, let's get our post-race show started and talking to our race winner, and that is the one of Chris McCullough. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
Outstanding drive. Walk us through that green-white checkered attempt.
Yeah, I thought I was in a tough pickle there. My only hope was the outside lane not to go. I was able to get a good restart on Peter and push him and be real aggressive and trying to do a 3-car tandem so I can clear high. It just happened to be able to do that, and then just for myself in front of Logan out of 2 to where he can give me a good push, and that was pretty much smooth sailing from there.
The 40 of Peter DeBorgia tried to make a move coming off of turn number 4. Do you think he had a shot at any point? Were you ready for it?
Nah, looking back in the mirror, I wasn't driving out the windshield that whole lap, but no, I didn't see he had to run. I didn't see he had nobody behind him. I moved up high and left the bottom for him, and he just didn't have the pull on me, so I wasn't worried. Was only making sure I didn't make a mistake myself.
Well, man, congratulations on that race win, locking yourself into playoff contention. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates, Arc Racing, Cody Over. He had a pretty good points night. I got to thank my family. They always support me. And thank all these racers in here. I get in here to run, to have fun, and race as hard as I can. And I can do that and not be upset at the end. It's always a good time.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations. Nice job out there.
Thank you, sir. See you next time.
That is Chris McCullough, your race winner, locking himself into playoff contention with that win. But now let's move on to our second place finisher, and that is your stage 2 winner, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Peter, congratulations on second place, man.
Thank you so much, KR.
A great points night for you, coming up just one short. A little disappointing in that, but overall, man, a good points haul.
Honestly, after my bumper got a little caved in there near the end, I was thinking this is like a 5th to 10th place car, and every caution that came out, I was like imagining that I was like at the casino, and I was like, I just want to cash out. Let me get this like 5th place. Let me get the 7th place. I'm happy with the points. I see where everybody else is situated. That'd be great. And every single roll of the dice, I guess I came out a little bit more ahead every single time. So second place at the end, I knew I didn't have a winning car there to challenge Chris, so I was just like trying to keep all 4 wheels in the road and bring home the best spot I could.
Well, you do bring it home in second, and as I said, a stage win as well, your first stage win. So, man, a great race for you. You are already over the cutoff line, but now with just 3 races left, how do you feel your chances are in getting into the playoffs?
Well, earlier this season, I got caught with the iRacing Superspeedway pace car glitch, and I had a power outage. And any of those things could certainly happen again. We just got to accumulate as many points as we can and hope that we get to settle it on the racetrack. And we'll score as many as we can here and just cross our fingers. I'm really happy with the team I had tonight and how great they worked and persevered. A lot of them used their fast repairs really early, and Gabe brought home a top 5 with that car, and Dan got there in the top 10 after being multiple laps down. And I mean, Adam, he doesn't have to finish the show for it, but he was up there at top 10 all night too. And obviously Eric's still in cloud 9 after last week. So, I mean, we can't say enough about these guys. It's a brand new team, 4 rookies on it, and we could put 3 cars, maybe 4 cars in this chase.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the solid run here tonight. Any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Definitely you. Definitely the admins we got. And then all you guys watching on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I know a bunch of you guys have chimed in from time to time on my stream. And I've got some special announcements, hopefully, for next week in the following race on Wednesday as well, about how you guys can give a little bit back and help some other people out there. So thank you guys for tuning in every week. It really makes what we do feel a whole lot more special.
All right, that is your second place finisher, the driver of the 40 machine, Peter DeBorgia. Once again, Peter, congratulations on that one. Now let's move on to our third place finisher, That is the driver of the 6 machine. Got Jigsaw on his side. So shall we play a game? Dustin Barber, where'd you finish?
Man, I came in third.
Well, you win this round of Let's Play a Game, so nice job, man.
Thanks. It's the first time being up here.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, this is a very tough league, not only to break into the winner's circle, but also to break into the top 5. And Dustin, a solid 3rd place finish for you, your first time on the podium here on Monday night.
Thank you very much. It was fun out there tonight. Everybody was racing really good. I had a lot of 3 wide. They're going after the white. I mean, we were just bouncing off each other, and everybody kept moving forward. It was fun.
Well, man, an outstanding drive. You survived a lot of chaos going around you there in that green-white checkered. So tell us a little bit about what you were seeing and what was going on around you.
And the walls were coming in closer and closer the closer we were getting to the finish line. But we had somehow during that wreck, I sprouted through it, and I'm just rolling, and I hear Derek, my teammate, come up behind me, and he was like, "Keep on it." And I mean, he just picked me up and pushed me across the finish line. So that was really awesome.
Well, man, congratulations on this. I know it's been a long time coming to get to talk to you here on the podium. So any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this?
And I've been waiting forever. No, I want to thank you for being up in the booth, all the guys at Turn 3, everybody that has anything to do with putting these on. I always look forward to Monday nights. They're super fun to hang out and race with everybody. Thank all my teammates at FSR and all the other guys that get out here and race with us tonight.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on 3rd place. Nice job out there tonight.
Thank you, KR.
As Dustin Barber, your 3rd place finisher here tonight. First time on the podium for Dustin. So a big shout out goes to him. Let's take a look at the rest of our results for this one. Chris McCullough winning this race, locking himself into playoff contention. Peter DeBorgia on a good points haul here tonight. He does not have that win just yet, so he is looking for all those points he can accumulate until he gets that win. Dustin Barber on the podium for the first time ever here on Monday night, so congratulations to those top 3. Gabe Butler finishing 4th, Derek Conley in 5th, Logan Helton brings it home in 6th, Randall Cobb 7th, Dan Harrington 8th, Jim Mayer 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is the 46 of David Overstreet. Andy Brigante finishes 11th. Jimmy Reynolds 12th. Mark Mann 13th. 14th going to Bob Lacavera. Zach Workman 15th. Sean Stevens 16th. 17th place going to Cody Over. Eric Laurie in 18th spot. 19th, Daniel Holloway. Les Levy 20th. 21st goes to Adam Evans. John McCarra 22nd. Rob Connors 23rd. Rick Seabrand's 24th. And last car on the lead lap, the 25th spot going to David Booth. Zach Fritsch, Jeff Crosby, Hunter Reynolds, and also Josh Milam and Tyler Miller rounding out this field here tonight. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Monday night. Hope you will join me next Wednesday as the Grand National Series fires their cars back up. Don't miss that race as drivers continue to try and make a name for themselves and get that invite here to the big show on Monday night. So until I see you all again, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show and have a good night.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.